I hated it.
It was pretty bad.
I hated it.
It was really bad, wasn't it?
Oh wait, I'm
Yeah,
joking. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm joking now.
It was, guys.
I just
Marvel,
liked it.
the MCU is back with action scenes, lines of dialogue, colors,
And hype moments and aura.
and music, and a
In this
needle
movie?
drop, and funny joke.
Hey guys,
Why did the Hispanic twink try to stop a missile?
why?
Like,
You said like there's a joke there, and you didn't. But there wasn't. a
Marge,
joke. You
please
just
speak it
actually
upon me with
asked it.
language I understand.
you know there'll be jokes.
You know
No, there'll be jokes.
You know what's funny? The least jokey MCU movie to date, I think.
There's some shitty
I
quips
think-
in there.
well-
There's some shitty.
Well, there
quips.
is, but they're all done by one person, which is Goofy
That's true.
Falcon.
That is true.
You underestimate how many jokes Sam makes during the movie as well, because he.
Well, I mean
he
that's
does- he
Sam
does-
though. He's a wisecracking.
Yeah, but
guy.
he has no. He's just.
All right, let's get into it, folks. Captain America: New World Order.
Look,
No,
even fucking
Brave
even
New-
Harrison
fucking
Ford doesn't want to be here
stupid.
right now.
Look at him.
He wanted to be there, man. He was loving it.
Shrinking.
Come on,
Why is my Harrison
motherfucker.
Ford Vince McMahon? Why is my Harrison Ford fucking Vince McMahon?
Can you imagine?
He'd play a great Vince McMahon.
Oh my god.
Harrison, oh my god, actually, he's just grouchy enough to make it work, honestly. Hopefully, he's got a fucking.
Take me to the son of a bitch.
Keep
Where
it
is
up.
he?
My. Can't say that. Can't say that. unfortunately.
My neighbor.
So, folks, we're here after numerous reshoots, numerous hardships, numerous delays. Captain America: Brave New World has finally hit theaters, and we are going to be talking about it. Spoilers ahead. We are fucking spoiling the shit out of this. In case you actually wanted to see this,
Dude.
I suggest turning this off. And
You know, it
watching
made a fair amount of money, so I'm willing
It
to
did.
bet most people who wanted to see it saw it. I'm willing to bet that much.
Which I will say this: we put too much focus on box office.
yes,
I think we all need to stop doing that. We as people need to stop doing this. We need to stop worrying about what's the best for box office numbers and what makes a
Yeah.
good movie.
that's what I'm saying. Yep. When it comes to like these cultural touchstone superhero movies, like I guess it's kind of important because a lot of
I
how
do want to see
successful-
Sam Wilson back again. I'd love to see him
Yes,
back. I think he's a great
of
Captain
course.
America.
A lot of these things dictate how a lot of other blockbusters made by other franchises will go. A lot of times it
shouldn't
is.
be the case, but
It
it
is, unfortunately, and that's just how it is. When it comes to, I think box office is less when you have a more original property, an original franchise, or an original story at lower budget. That's when you're like, hey, who fucking cares, man? Who's good? Then I'm locked into it. Like fucking. But this
So, yeah, this is not very good.
is the sci-fi original channel, not even Disney Plus. Sci-fi original channel, Captain America.
It is.
I
It is
am that
quite
bad.
puzzling.
This is the
to
kind
me.
of shit my stepdad would be watching on a summer midday like cruise.
You watch
know, when he's not
midway through
working.
and then watch the rest.
It's like some shitty Prime Video Jake Gyllenhaal movie where he's a ex-soldier and his wife's is in Baghdad and fucking
Ryan
like
Gosling's in it too for some reason.
for some reason.
This is the Tomorrow War, but somehow worse.
Tomorrow.
This is the
War.
Yesterday War.
The
Yeah.
Yesterday War.
I gotta
World War
say,
One.
I don't understand why Falcon and Winter Soldier was a series when that could have just been Captain America 4 with
Yep.
Sam Wilson.
If that
And it
was the
would've been
movie,
cool.
like, okay, so
'Cause
do you
that's
guys
a
remember
genuinely
when
great story.
I made this tweet? Do you guys remember when Kenobi was made into like a 3-hour movie?
Mhm.
And it was like
Mhm.
peak. Like they got rid of all the
Mhm.
filler. They made it like a very important movie, and like it was good. They
Yeah.
should have done that. Like I need someone. If you're watching this right now and you're good at editing, I need you to make Falcon and the Winter Soldier into a movie, so
I
that
can
I
do
can
it.
watch it and call that Cap 4 because I do not want to
Because
watch the whole show.
I've never rewatched any of the MCU series except for Loki. Like that's the only one that I act because it's very
Yeah.
digestible.
I will
honestly.
Falcon and Winter Soldier in a heartbeat right now.
Over this shit, yes, not even close. It's like
Goddamn, man, that is because you talked about story. What a better story that has. Better stakes, way more of that Winter Soldier vibe.
Yep.
And we got some really cool characters as well in that.
Hey,
This one, I
are-
couldn't tell you any of the supporting cast members or what their motivations were or why they were there. And I also could not tell you what the story of this actually was about.
It's weird. It's the worst kind of incomprehensible story because it's so damn simple when you like say it out loud. It's Sam Wilson is helping the president, even though the president did a bad, and
Doesn't matter anymore. Look where we are.
Yeah, but there's nothing like when you say it like that. It's like this should be super simple, but there's so many parts of it that feel so unnecessary and so shoehorned and such filler. And there's so many characters who don't provide, like you said, anything to the story whatsoever.
I love how we had the McDonald's toys come out for this like a year ago because they couldn't pause those for some reason, and we had characters like Diamondback and fucking a different costume for what's her name, Sabra, who wasn't even Sabra in this. Sabra, whatever the fuck her name is, I don't care.
Yeah.
A few other characters, different suits, different things altogether. And none of that is in this, and it's very funny just to see.
But they didn't reshoot the movie, guys. They didn't reshoot the movie. I
swear they never reshot.
Don't ask.
Even though there is proof.
Don't look up set photos from years apart. Don't do it. Worst mistake of my life. Don't do it,
guys. This movie's budget was not over $100 million. We promise. We're just lying now. Like what? We're just lying.
Imagine giving a Captain America movie, one of the biggest shining beacons of the MCU, to the guy who made, quote me on this, one of the top 5 worst movies I have ever seen in my fucking life, The Cloverfield Paradox.
Which I'll be honest with you, had that movie not been called Cloverfield, I would have just forgotten about it. I wouldn't have hated it as much. It would have just been like, that was weird, whatever. The fact that that was a Cloverfield movie and there was so much hype behind it, like, oh, it's coming tonight on Netflix, guys. What? And then
they had a big
got the biggest piece of shit ever.
See where the story began, and they showed clips from Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I love how the only good part of that movie is the ending where it shows the monster. That was the only part I was like, oh, that was cool.
I actually just threw my hands up when that happened. I was like, why the fuck was that for the entire fucking...
But he's directing Captain America now, guys, and we have a great movie. With hype moments and aura.
Like. Dude, here's the dude. Like, okay, where do I?
I'm just
one of these guys like John Watts
because I only really have a massive point about one thing, and I'll just wait.
Well, let you
one of these guys like
go for it then. Sorry, why?
Wait, real quick. This director is one of those guys like John Watts, who I don't fully believe exists.
There's at least pictures of John Watts. I've never seen a photo of this man in my life. Of what's his name? Julius.
He's a bald black man.
He's a bold black man. Well, Julius, what's your name? I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I've never seen you. I've never seen you.
I don't believe you are true. You are an AI generated. You are Grok AI made. You are.
I was got creepy to my idol Harrison Ford.
God damn it!
All right, man.
Yeah, Cass, go ahead. Let's hear what you have to say real quick. Because you saw this
when I found out that Red Hulk was going to be in it, right? Because I've only seen one trailer and I didn't know a lot. So I went in blind. I was like, I should be able to follow this as Captain America, you know? My biggest problem with the MCU is that we lost Hulk. We now just have big green Bruce Banner now. And it's like...
Who's barely even anything, really.
But like, now he's just whatever. I missed that, dumb. Rebellious, like, just Carnage Hulk. It is the most fun I've had watching like watching Hulk in Age of Ultron and fucking the beginning of Infinity War. Like, Hulk's cool as shit.
I truly believe that is the worst decision Marvel has made.
Is changing Hulk.
Here's the thing. They've made bad movies. I understand they made bad movies with bad decisions. As far as a domino effect goes, that is the worst decision they've ever made. Because Hulk is ruined. Hulk is beyond repair at this point, I think.
So when I found out Red Hulk was going to be in it, and it was just like, there's no strings attached, it's literally just, he gets pissed off and he turns into this big monster. It's like, okay, thank God. I waited 1 hour and 40 minutes to see 5 minutes of him. He jumps through one building, he throws 2 cars,
and then he goes,
"Oh, you're right! How could
I didn't really make them red now.
I've been so So
Guys.
reckless.
Ah, shit,
Guys,
my
the
bad, guys,
president.
my bad. Sorry, shit, my
Oh,
bad.
I'm
Let me
so
just-
sorry. I'm so
Guys,
sorry.
The most powerful man in the world has transformed into the fucking Hulk. I
That
didn't
should
know
have
they
been
make
the
them red
whole
now.
plot.
Wow.
God, that's the joke.
That should have been the whole plot.
You could have taken the Red Hulk out of this movie and put any monster in the MCU. It could have been Abomination. It could have been A-Bomb. It could have been any of these.
A-Bomb would have been sick.
A-Bomb would have been. I mean, like that still would have been like a.
I'll tell you this
whatever,
right now.
shit.
They were making this World War Hulk movie. Of course, Earth would have been involved in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
If this storyline was in that, peak. If you had a
Could you
Hulk,
imagine-
I
that is
love the idea.
president.
The idea of that is so interesting because it's what if, like, the Hulk, a person who could become the Hulk, had the most stressful job ever, the presidency. That'd be terrifying. That's amazing. Like, that's
He's already a
brilliant.
pretty flawed. And he's already a pretty flawed individual before
Exactly.
that too. Like even before
There's
he
some
becomes
cool
the Hulk.
stuff here. Like, I love Thunderbolt
A small
Ross. I love the
detail,
idea.
the small detail that I actually kind of liked is that when he turned into Hulk, the press and the reaction was not like, "What the fuck is that?" It's like, "Oh god, it's another one."
Yeah, it's like, what the
like
fuck?
that I kind of liked.
Where's the levity here? Where's the?
I also feel like there's no tension because Thunderbolt Ross himself doesn't even know that he is the Red Hulk. He doesn't even know that's the whole plot. Is that, spoiler alert, the leader has been dosing him with radiation pills for the last years, right? So if there was that tension of like, this is the president we have elected, and he could turn into a weapon of mass destruction if somebody just cooks his tea wrong one day.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a much more interesting story, and it's a much more interesting story for the Hulk. You can't do this with Captain America.
I said this in my review for this movie on Letterboxd. I said nothing is worse than a movie that is desperately trying to be good, and I think that there is also nothing worse than a movie that is just aggressively okay. Because here's the thing: if this movie was just bad, I would have been good, fine. It's bad.
I'd rather be pissed off by a movie than just feel nothing.
The fact that there's so much stuff here that could have been so good, and it just had nothing. Like, and also,
And like they were hyping up the whole fucking Joaquin being the next Falcon, and like he does like two things.
Give adamantium.
shit.
We've adamantium, guys. Adamantium.
Oh,
look
by the way, let's talk about that real quick. The adamantium thing. First off, we're not doing an MCU Wolverine. We're just
Cheap
going to be
pop.
stuck with Hugh Jackman.
Cheap pop,
Till
kill
he's
yourself.
90.
Cheap pop.
Yeah.
you can hear them stop.
Also, they're fighting for the one sample of adamantium. Yet, fucking what's his name, Soldier Man #4, who is also a character in the comics, who is not the character.
What, Demolition
at all.
Man?
Yeah, has adamantium daggers apparently.
I'm so glad that we've deemed this random fucking C-star army man the Demolition Man. I'm so glad that he's Demolition Man, you know? And now he's dead. Now he's dead. It's
at
like
least he's like a B. He's like a D-list character, so it doesn't
he
really
does nothing.
matter.
The whole
He's
film.
a fun character though. Like he's a fun
He says,
character.
"Yeah,
but,
Cap, they're down this hallway." That's it.
It's the most
That's all he
basic
did.
bitch fan service pandering of all time. One of the ones
terrible.
One of the ones I think about often is how in Batman v Superman the way they do Jimmy Olsen, and I fucking hate that. I think it's horrible.
Mhm.
But at least they gave him like a prominent like thing to have happened, you know, and it was a prominent character from the Superman mythos. Why even make this guy Demolition Man if he's not even if you're not even going to attempt to make it look like, and you're just going to go back and go, oh yeah, that character that we definitely didn't reshoot that action scene for, that's Demolition Man.
Dude,
Please.
it's okay because they're gonna do a Disney Plus series of them in 5 years once we've forgotten about them. They're gonna be like, hey,
like how they were gonna do a Disney Plus. Oh, how's that Dora Milaje Warriors of Wakanda looking? You do is that going well? That going well?
Yeah.
How's Moon Knight season 2? Where's Miss Marvel season 2? Where's She-Hulk season 2? How are all these shows doing? All right, they're dead because nobody cares about any of them. Because you've done
I'm very glad
oh my
that
God.
you guys went on this rant because I've been given dinner. So please continue.
Okay, cool. I gotta say
Don't
this
fucking
too,
eat.
man. Let's talk about Sam.
I'm gonna
real
tuck
quick,
in.
Sam Wilson. Because Sam, I love Sam. I love Sam Wilson ever since Winter Soldier. Ever since he was first introduced, he's been one of my favorite characters that they've introduced. Falcon Winter Soldier, I thought was the perfect adaptation of that character from the comics. Him becoming Captain America, him having these sensibilities of, you know, being for the people, being for, not fighting for America, but fighting for the ideals. Amazing.
Yes.
In this movie, they completely throw all of that away. And Sam is pretty much saying like, yeah, I'm answering to the president now, because we all have, we got to play by the books. It was what Steve would have wanted. I'm like, no, the fuck he.
It's like they
doing?
redid his arc from Falcon and Winter Soldier, but worse. Like they reset him to 0, and then just had him do the exact same thing in a completely bad direction.
One of my favorite quotes from watching this with you, because we watched it as a group, right?
Mm-hmm. Totally legally.
At a movie theater.
Legally. Yeah, they brought a monitor with them, and I sat like in a seat.
Yeah.
One of my favorite quotes from one of the boys while we were watching this is after what's the guy's name? The old black dude.
Oh, Isaiah Bradley.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah Bradley.
When Isaiah gets locked up and Sam's like ranting at the president, and White just goes, "If this was Steve Rogers, I'm pretty sure he would have killed the president."
No, exactly. I'm like, dude, okay, let's talk about that too. Isaiah Bradley. One of my favorite things that they've introduced as well was Isaiah Bradley.
Oh, he's so cool.
He's such an underrated part of Captain America lore as well. He's such an underrepresented character in that.
But I'll tell you what. And when he was first introduced in this movie, I was like, this is great. Like, this is cool. He's like the old guy they go, like, they train with and everything. They're trying to get him back in the spotlight. This is cool. Why the fuck are we just giving this character more bad things after he's like, I'm not one of these, call me the friend that's, too woke or whatever. But like, this guy was betrayed by his own government and tortured for like 30 plus years after being a war hero. Why is he being framed again? Why are we succumbing this character to all this brutality? Why is Sam Wilson?
Don't even get me started, dude. Don't even get me started, dude.
Sam, here's the thing, right? So Isaiah Bradley shoots the president because he's under some kind of mind control thing or whatever. Finally snaps out of it. The guy is on his knees crying, begging Sam to not go back to prison. Sam literally says to him, full stop, even though he knows there's something wrong, if you run, it'll be worse, and then lets the police just fucking tackle him, this old man, to the ground.
And hassle him and fucking drag
and watches it.
You say this movie is just aggressively mediocre. It's shit like this that infuriates me. Because Isaiah Bradley is not a character in this movie. He's a big fucking virtue signal. So they can go, oh guys, look at how bad police brutality is. But then they also have the whole point is that you're supposed to show how bad it is, but then you have your Captain America. You have your Captain. I need to finish. You have your Captain America, who is supposed to ideal the best parts of us. He's like Superman. He's supposed to bring out the best in all of us. Bootlick for the fucking president who enacted that shit. And then he goes, bullshit. Oh, I see you're trying to be a better, at the end he goes, oh, you're trying to be a better person. You're trying to be a better person. You can't have it both ways. You can't do that shit. When Steve Rogers was against Project Insight, he had a fucking consistent narrative. Who wrote this?
Who wrote this lie?
That is a very good point. I'd rather have a movie that is just quality bad than like script and lore just a terrible idea. You know what I mean?
To make things even better, at the end of the movie when he's no longer the Hulk and he's in the raft and Sam just goes, I gotta say, Mr. President, it was really cool seeing you take accountability for your actions. I never thought I would see that, but the President of the United States.
Do you get it? Do you get it?
I feel like we can all come together and celebrate our difference, or something like that. It was just some horse shit. Something that Cap would not say in this moment. Dude, this is the same guy.
Go ahead.
This is the same guy who, at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, said to all these leaders, "You guys are fucking assholes. You literally control the banks. You control all this other stuff. Why can't you just make life good for these people? Why are they on the moral high ground and you aren't? Like, what?
See, like." The Flag Smashers are hardly the most interesting villains in the MCU, but they at least represented a point and a cause that was
and a cool motivation.
Relevant for a Captain America story. That's a very Captain America narrative. The same way I think Project Insight in Winter Soldier is a very Captain America narrative. Why that movie is so good. I know it's not fair to compare this. That's part of the movie, is to not compare Sam Wilson, Steve Rogers. It's not fair to compare this movie to the Chris Evans Captain America trilogy, primarily done by the Russo brothers, not discounting Joe Johnston and The First Avenger, because that's a great movie too.
Oh, I'm just thinking about how much more weight that those movies had, at least. Like, I'm just saying, like, physically. Like, you look at, like say, Cap chasing down, Winter Soldier or whatever. You feel the weight of that. Like you feel like it's like, oh, these guys are fucking tough. Like these guys are like going ham. These guys are gonna fucking kill each other probably.
In Civil
This
War,
one, everyone just felt like a rubber band. I'm like,
that shot in Civil War of Bucky running down the highway, then Steve, then T'Challa, and it's like you feel like I'm watching actual superhero. I'm watching superheroes right now. I'm watching a bunch of fucking plastic mannequins who reflect the opinions of whatever character that they're talking to at the moment. Every other line in this movie is either a crap virtue signal or it's exposition. So much of it, so much exposition. Sam Wilson has no point of view in this movie. He is not a character that has a point. He looks at Thunderbolt Ross, and if Thunderbolt Ross says, I'm trying to be good, and then he goes, I see that. Yes, glory to the United States.
I understand, sir. Even though I don't fully agree, I understand.
And then he looks at Isaiah Bradley. Isaiah Bradley's like, I can't believe you're going to sit with the president. He's like, yeah, I know. I agree with you, Isaiah Bradley. Glory to Isaiah Bradley. It's like he has no fucking personal perspective on anything. He is a blank slate. Anthony Mackie is a very charismatic actor. He was a great choice. I love Sebastian Stan. I love Bucky, but I don't think Bucky Barnes was the correct character to move forward. I'm happy that they gave the shield to Sam. It's a much better, more interesting decision.
I'll tell you this: there should not be a new Falcon in these movies. It should have been Bucky. That's my humble opinion. I would have just loved to see those two just going at it, just having fun, being, cool guys and everything. That being said, let's talk about Bucky real quick. Do you like... Oh, sorry, what?
I said one scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good scene.
Yes.
No.
Scene's great. You don't like it?
No.
Okay, explain.
He goes, oh, yeah, but you need to realize who you are and realize that you being a symbol for this country.
But he already did that! He already did that!
First of all, he
already
did that. Secondly, Simon's rant is completely, it doesn't line up. You can't have Bucky come in and be like, here's a speech about how you took the shield and Cap didn't give it to you because he thinks you're Captain America. He thinks you're you and you make it your own thing. He doesn't have a personality in this movie. You're right. He's just like, he's a shill for...
To be fair, Sam did say, hey, your speechwriters help you with that? So it's like, maybe that was just campaign Bucky. Let's talk about that. Do you guys like that Bucky is running for Congress? I personally don't mind it. People are getting way too like...
Who gives a shit?
I think it's my problem. I like when characters.
It's not going to mean anything.
My problem with it is that it's just a clear, blatant. Like they realize they have nothing else for him to do, but instead of letting the character retire,
I will say,
there's like, it's also it's a cheap way. That's how they get him involved with Thunderbolts is they have him involved in Congress.
Thunderbolts is going to be so dog shit, man.
Like
I still think it's going to be better than this movie.
Oh, it will be because at least there's character. At least there's like.
At least they know to be goofy.
Even
Marvel's like an interesting story in this one, at least.
Marvel's Suicide Squad is hardly the most original thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's something.
It's almost like they're not the Suicide
Something I
Squad.
really don't like about MCU is that, like, obviously you need to make it somewhat realistic to be a live-action movie, right? Mm-hmm. But they really did. It's too much in this movie. Like, Thunderbolts knows it has to be a goofy. We're all trained killers and all this shit. Like it's not going to be a serious movie.
Well, Thunderbolts also should have just been Dark Avengers. I don't know why they chose to just have like the Spec Ops guys in here. Like you should have had like Zemo.
Aren't you so glad that Ghost and fucking Taskmaster is back? So glad.
Well, Taskmaster is dying in like the first 5 minutes.
Here's the thing: Ghost is at least a character. Taskmaster is just.
Give me 5 lines from Ghost.
I can't give you misunderstand me. Ghost
what
is
did
a
Ghost
character.
Do?
Ghost is a character with lines that don't sound like exposition every single time. Taskmaster has no dialogue. Taskmaster is just a fucking robot. That's all Taskmaster is.
I still think that Black Widow is one of the worst MCU movies ever.
Oh no, it is.
It's awful.
It absolutely is.
Great ass.
Ghost is so pointless.
And Ghost is a lame villain. Ghost is a lame villain. I'm not saying that she's like a good villain, but she's at least a character. She says things.
Which one was that? Ant-Man 2?
Ant-Man 2, yes. She's Ant-Man 1.
Yeah, what a movie, yeah.
Better than Quantumania.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll tell you this.
MODOK,
Ant-Man
what did they do? What did they do, MODOK? What did they do?
Look, I'll tell you this right now. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I have not watched since it came out in 2018. If I rewatch that, I'm sure it's still better than every fucking MCU movie we've had recently.
Well, there's this disturbing trend going on lately with the MCU movies. Mm-hmm. They're taking all the franchises and their strengths, and they are taking their strengths away from that, and sometimes within the same series. When was WandaVision the best? When it wasn't a CGI spectacle, when it was a mystery, when it was a parody, a satire on different eras of sitcom, and
That was
all
a fun time, man. I loved going week to week waiting for the next episode. I thought that was a great fucking time. I loved it.
WandaVision until the last episode is a great show. I maintain that it is
Me
until
too.
the last episode. But then as soon as you get to the end and it
As
becomes
soon as it
CG
gets to the
fuckfest,
fight scene.
Oh,
with
you're the
runes.
reason for all this. Ah.
then you look at Falcon and the Winter Soldier. What have they done? They look at the strength of the dynamic between Sam and Bucky and the openly progressive story of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and they stripped that away and they put that into Captain America 4
Falcon and
because
Winter
it's easy.
Soldier
I loved
floored me.
I loved the therapy shit between them. I loved it.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, I was floored
good.
by Falcon and Winter Soldier by how much they were actually like, oh, we actually are going, more political with this and like, race related and stuff. I was like really
Blatantly.
thrilled to see that from Marvel. I was like, wow, okay, wow,
Yeah.
this is interesting.
Because
Yeah,
it works
even-
with that story, because it's a black man taking up the mantle of a really big role
I
that was made by
will
a white
always
guy. So it's like,
love the line that he says in that at the end where he just goes, the guy's like, you don't understand. He goes, I'm a black guy carrying the stars and stripes. What don't I understand? It's like the best line ever. It's so
And
good.
it's real. And it's such call it unsubtle. At least it has a point of view. It has something that you can
fine.
respond to.
Yeah.
Other MCU property, like even ones that I like I enjoy Spider-Man No Way Home. That being
Mhm.
said, it's nowhere near the ground level Spider-Man story that I would want out of a Spider-Man movie. That's just how it is.
no.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, another one.
Portal.
Ant-Man, very fun, goofy heist movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We're in a alternate dimension with revolutionary fucking ant people,
We're
and
trying,
Kang
man.
is there,
We're
and
trying.
MODOK. There's this weird trend going on where it feels like they are actively taking all the things that people liked about these properties and giving them the exact opposite
Mhm.
with nothing new, interesting,
It's so
nothing
bizarre.
interesting to replace it, and it's just it drives me insane looking at it.
Well, so here's the thing. Do you think, and I'm not saying this to be like the
No, I
optimist
don't.
here, that I think, yeah. Do you think that maybe this was the last of it?
No.
Because like I just assume, just because it feels like this movie was made from that old administration with Marvel, that whole like weird 3-year time span where everything was just ass for some reason. And I guess there was like another shift where Feige has more power, so it's like I don't know what the fuck's going on now.
Was Marvel's good?
The Marvels was, it was
'Cause
cute.
I heard
It
people
wasn't
were like-
great. It's
Here's
not
the thing.
bad. It's not bad
With
by any
Captain
means. It's not
Marvel,
awful.
I don't hate that movie, but I
I'll watch that. I'll watch Marvels over this in a heartbeat. I will
Like
absolutely
apparently
watch the
Marvels
shit
was
out of
better than
that.
the first Captain Marvel, which means okay, yeah, like,
I don't agree.
I'd watch the Eternals over this.
Eternals is fine. I don't mind. that one.
Eternals, again, not a good movie. Tried something different. Tried
Yeah,
to
It was new.
Chloe Zhao is a good director. There are some very well
God,
directed
man,
sequences in that
it
movie.
is actually so disappointing that we had something as cool as a Hulk president, and it was wasted on this.
And that's my.
But
to answer your question,
can we really not sit down and take Captain America and make a movie about him instead of half of the movie being about this fucking Hulk?
That's
You know
what I'm
what?
saying.
You
Is
know
it
what?
that hard for Captain America to be a developed character? Is it
I
that
will
hard?
tell you this: if these movies weren't caught up in rights, like rights to other studios, like say X-Men, Spider-Man, all that stuff, if we never had that when the MCU started, we'd be in a much better spot right now, I think.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like a lot of these decisions were made because they didn't have the rights to certain characters.
But like,
That's what I think at
How-
the end of the day.
Okay, but what characters?
Well, I'm talking about like
Like-
Fantastic Four, X-Men, like Doctor
Right.
Doom, for example. You could have done Doctor Doom probably years ago if they had the rights. You could have
you
probably
could
made
have.
that the first.
I'm pretty sure they
Doom
would
could have
have.
been the Loki figure.
I'm
Doctor Doom
pretty
could
sure
have been the
Doctor
Loki figure.
Doom
Like,
would have been introduced when Kang was, if they,
And then
they're
Kang is just like,
and then Jonathan Majors went
well, they technically
Jonathan
own
Majors
Doom.
went.
and ruined it.
Quite literally.
That's
Doctor
okay.
Doom.
Michael B. Jordan says it's okay.
Oh yeah, it was abuse. When oh shit, my
You
bad.
also you also have to think that fucking You have to remember that, and Disney owned the rights to Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four by the time Endgame was done. The deal was done.
And
they
they
already
did fuck
owned
all
it.
with him. They didn't get
And
it.
they
Can you
chose
imagine
not to
if
do
they
anything.
started,
They chose.
What was it, Phase 4?
Phase 4.
imagine
No,
if they
Phase 4 was
started
only like
Phase-
3 movies long, wasn't it?
I think Phase 4 was like the start of the Disney Plus shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, now
because
we're in
they
Phase
tried
5.
to count those shows as part of the phases, but nobody really cared that much all about them.
I did like
in the long
WandaVision.
run.
I really loved Loki.
Loki is the best one. It's not even a competition.
Loki's
No,
fantastic.
I don't
love
agree
Loki.
with that. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was the best one.
No,
I think that and Loki are neck and neck in my opinion. I think so.
but Loki is its own. Loki, I love for the same reason I love the first two Guardians movies, where it is a
Contained.
totally standalone thing. You can watch
Yep.
Loki all on its own. It is a complete narrative, and it's a great payoff for that character. Like that. I was so. They remember. I think you two remember this. I was shitting on Loki before it came out.
Me
'cause
too.
I was like,
I
don't
thought it
give a
sounded like
shit.
shit.
I didn't want to watch a show with Loki. I was so sick of the damn guy, and then they made him one of my favorite characters in the MCU again.
And
with that
say what
show.
you want about Deadpool and Wolverine, but at least they portrayed TVA in a way where if you didn't watch Loki, you could at least still know what the fuck's going on.
You can enjoy
Exactly.
it.
We work for a company
Also,
that controls time, and it's like, okay.
Sorry, I
Here's
just
the
thought about Michael McFadden when he was just like, "It's me, the Mercy Killer." He just had fucking face.
I'm mercy killer.
Here's the thing also about Deadpool Wolverine, kind of going off what Wyatt said. Deadpool Wolverine, I will never watch it again because I know if I watch it again, it'll probably make me want to blow my brains out.
I'll tell you this:
What the fuck is going on?
best movie of this phase. Still, I'll watch that in a fucking
I
heartbeat.
love
Fuck
Deadpool
yeah.
Wolverine, man. I don't.
Wait,
look,
is Guardians in that phase? Is Guardians in this phase as well?
I don't know. I'm looking up the actual phase.
If it is, then it's still Guardians without a fucking not even close. If Guardians is still
Marvel
involved.
Phase
the
4 and
Hawkeyes.
5. Okay, so Phase 4 is.
I'm ready. Give it to me.
Phase 4.
I'm ready.
Phase 4 was supposed to have Blade and Fantastic Four.
Oh my god. Is
Okay,
Blade
so yeah,
ever-
Guardians
can
was.
Can we get this straight? I'm predicting that Blade never comes out.
Blade will never happen.
I'm genuinely it will never happen.
Okay, actually, I'll rephrase. Blade is never going to happen in this form of the MCU. Maybe when
I'm
the
saying
MCU
the Blade
reboots.
movie
Maybe when
won't
they
happen.
reboot. Maybe
I'm saying Blade will be in a movie. I'm saying he's not getting his own movie. That's what
I
I'm
think
saying.
he
Okay, so
will
apparently
once
the
they
end of
reboot.
Phase 5. The end of Phase 5 is apparently Thunderbolts.
So Guardians is still in
What
phase
was
5.
Yeah,
before this?
Guardians.
Like-
Guardians and Ant-Man were the start of that, basically.
Oh my god, what a start!
Yeah, what a great start. Shit
From
to
shit
fucking
to really
good
great.
shit.
Hydrogen bomb
well-
versus coughing baby.
Look, you know me, man. I'm just like, you know, my will is going to be tested in about 2 weeks, as far as what I'm going to do to Kevin Feige.
This is my born again. What I'm witnessing right now, dude.
What do you mean 2 weeks? What?
Daredevil.
Daredevil born again, March 4th, baby. We're going to decide. I will say that little clip they released of them in like the diner, the dialogue
No.
sounds great. It sounds like
it's
just
not.
shut up, all right?
You're
Just let me
coping.
cope. Let
You're
me cope.
coping.
Let me cope.
You're
Let me Adam
coping.
Copeland. Let me Copeland.
No, you don't want Adam Copeland. He's why Ricky Saints is in NXT, bro.
You
You
get the
can't-
pencil elbow.
Look. Here's the thing. No, go ahead. I've talked.
Because I had a point that I've had a point I've wanted to say for a while.
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
biggest thing why this movie does not work is because it tries to have its cake and eat it too, not just in terms of plot, in terms of its structure and the story. This thing wants to be the Winter Soldier so bad,
It does.
but it also wants to be Civil War. It wants to be this big MCU crossover with all these
Sokovia
with all these ramifications. You know, the adamantium, the
dude.
Celestial being involved with Red Hulk.
Winter Soldier
Leader
is KSI, and this movie is Deji. You know what I mean? It's like no.
if you mean like the Winter Soldier is KSI
He's
circa
trying
2013
so
to
hard.
2015.
It's so fucking hard.
This is gonna sound controversial, and this is gonna sound so normie too. And I hate that I'm saying this, but like, I almost feel that maybe we kind of needed at least Steve Rogers or Tony Stark to stick around for just a bit longer.
I would say
Just
that
because, look, just
No,
think about where
because
the MCU is now because of like.
Wyatt,
Listen,
the
listen.
people left in the Avengers are
Yes.
Hawkeye, who has not been around since his show, Thor, who just had a terrible movie, and Hulk, who has been completely butchered. So I mean, what
Well,
are you
yeah,
gonna do?
Sam Wilson.
I just think that, like,
Oh,
oh wow, no, it's just
wow!
because I feel like the problem is now we're introducing Fantastic Four, probably the X-Men very soon. What I just hate is that we really will never see that. First off, Fantastic Four aren't even in this universe. This universe doesn't even have a fucking Fantastic Four, which sucks.
We've already spoken about
Already.
that at length.
I know
in
we
our
have.
today. Yeah,
It just sucks that like we're not going to see those characters interact with Iron Man or Steve Rogers, or just like we have this whole new. I don't know.
I want to follow up on the point you said of, is this the last of the garbage? I don't think this is the last of the garbage. What I honestly think is no. What I honestly think
All right.
is that they realized well into the early 2020s that this whole thing has been a fucking flop. This whole post-Endgame endeavor has been terrible. Their brand is so tainted in the eyes of the casual viewer and the hardcore fan. There's nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
They are fucking crawling to the finish line to get to Secret Wars. Secret Wars will end with Doctor Doom resetting the universe. And you will have a reboot, and you're going to have young Iron Man. You're going to have another Captain America. They're going to reset Hulk. They're going to reset Thor. Chris Hemsworth said that he's almost done with these movies. So
Chris Hemsworth
Thor,
is like ready to retire.
They need a new Thor, so that they'll do that too, and they're gonna do that,
Liam.
and that's how you're gonna. And that's how you're gonna
no.
And it also presents opportunities for them to recast T'Challa, have a new Black Panther, because
Which we heard rumors about.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but that's
so
what they have to do. Cass, I don't like it either.
No. Say what you want about William Hurt as a person, but the fact that just bang, new actor on Ross, you know what I mean?
That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, but like, why can't we do that with?
It is weird, yeah.
I would care if Harrison Ford wasn't the best part of this movie. Because he is.
Panther was one of the best characters in the fucking series, and then they were like, like I get it.
That is very bizarre. I don't like that.
Pulled them off, and it was like, oh man.
Again, I said this before. I think that had a much bigger ramification. That had one of the biggest ramifications that people don't talk about, because they were clearly positioning Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, to be the leader, to be Tony Stark. Like, that's what they were positioning him to be. He was going to be that new, or Steve Rogers. He was going to be that new centerpiece of the MCU, and then he died. And it's horrible. It's nobody's fault that this happened, but that's just what happened. Well, yes, but John Cancer will die one day. John Cancer will be
Welcome back to the John Cancer show. Today we're going to
that's what he is. That had such a fucking domino effect of everything. And because they can't they're not going to build the MCU around Spider-Man because of all the Sony shit. They're not going to build the MCU around Captain Marvel because that brand is dead after the Marvels. They can't do it with fucking Sam Wilson Captain America because nobody really cares about him. It's not his fault.
I am dumbfounded that like we're a year away from this fucking movie, from seeing Dr. fucking Doom. And we're just
we're in the shit. We're in the shitter, dude.
The closest we get is the leader telling to Sam Wilson, "I've seen every probability, and there's people coming."
Which we know. We know that's happening.
Say what you like. Look,
the Thanos worked because he's been built up since the start, right?
Yes.
The legend Thanos.
Like, we haven't even seen Doom.
Yeah.
Year away, man.
I don't need every villain to be Thanos, but what I need is something I need some progression. I need
something to look forward to, something to be excited about. You know what I mean? It's just like
I can't even. We still don't even. And the fact, like, we're putting aside the obvious. The fucking Robert Downey Jr. being Doom is already a red flag of all red flags.
A Rick flag, if you will.
But Rick Flag's based, so why would we ever want to compare this bullshit to him? I don't know.
It's look, this movie, man. It's just it's everything that I just really didn't want because the trailers looked really good, and that's the thing. Marvel does make really good trailers recently. They've been making some pretty solid trailers. They've been trying to get people interested in this, and gotta say, man, Fantastic Four had a great trailer. I'm really interested to see what that movie's going to look like. Don't know if it's going to be good. I'm very terrified of it, actually. But
it looks like it has
minor
some soul.
point. I just wish people were more like liberty taking. You know, like
I feel like they've taken too many liberties.
In my opinion, I hate the thin framed movies. I don't like. So
Like,
when I see that there's like, you know what I mean, like what are they called? The camera lens where it's like really thin, widescreen.
Widescreen, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that. I always hated it. So when I see the trailer for Fantastic Four and there's 4:3 ratio, I'm like really excited.
Ooh.
You know, that looks cool as shit.
This
looks cool as shit.
That is the last hope, really. Because if they bomb Fantastic Four for the 5th time, it's over at that point. You can't.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think it'll be terrible. I think it'll be
I
better
do.
than what we've got. I think in terms of better made movies, it'll be very good, I think. I think the story's going to be a little odd. And I also think general audiences might not flock to it because it does look, different.
And it's Fantastic Four, which they have very bad connotations with, given how many times they've tried and failed with Fantastic Four.
Which is weird. It's very weird. How
like, you're right.
Should have been a slam dunk.
It is insane that our only interaction that we're ever going to get between the Fantastic Four and the MCU Iron Man and Captain America, which we know and love, will be in Secret Wars, and it'll be a shitty cameo.
And also, we got Robert Downey Jr. coming in.
Can you imagine how cool a dialogue would be between Tony and Reed Richards?
Just this is again. I talk about the rights thing again. Can you imagine back in like Phase 2, like just like in like an Avengers movie, just happen like even like Iron Man 3 or whatever. Reed Richards is just in a scene, just talking with Tony about science or some bullshit.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. It's a real fucking shame where we're at. And again, this is kind of just a part 2 discussion of what our previous one
we have
was.
to keep them waiting. Can't have it now. You gotta have it this big grand finale.
Superman, please save me.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Everybody, like, listen, and I said this,
Superman
right?
now.
If you get pissy with the marketing for Superman, Cass, shut the fuck up. But you just said you need to be put down like a dog for that. You honest to God, you
died like a dog.
Died like a dog in the streets.
It's not my fault. Me and New Zealand are the only ones with brains.
Only ones with brains. Look at that Superman. You should. Oh my God, I'm
pulling your strings, man. My bottle's empty, but
look.
At least, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
At least Superman looks like the people involved like Superman.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Whether you think I don't give a shit what you think
about
the visual effects and the aspect ratio and whatever the fuck you care about Superman. It actually looks like the people involved, James Gunn, likes Superman. How can I have a chance at liking this Captain America when it feels like nobody involved likes Captain America?
The people that worked on the visuals on Superman probably worked on learning with Pibby. I'm sorry, no.
Pibby. No, man, Pibby.
No. Brother, it looks like a fucking Yo Gabba Gabba episode. I'm actually had it up to fucking here.
I've had it up to here with this nonsense because I know for a fact. I know.
In fact, this isn't even the conversation we're supposed to be having. No.
Well, too late. It's happening now.
No. We'll have the no. We'll do this conversation when it fucking comes out. We're here for this Captain America bullshit.
I
was fucking excited to see a Hulk, and this dude got beaten by the power of fucking friendship.
To be fair, though,
are you kidding me?
Defeated. Hulk is mostly defeated by Betty going, "Hey."
He tries to kill him. He gets stabbed several times by Captain America. He wants him dead. He wants his head. He crushes his head. He's like, ah, and then he goes, oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, he's right.
Oh, shit.
I'm the friendly Hulk. I'm the I'm the friendly Hulk.
The inside out music.
I'm so sorry. And then he's like, oh, fucking hate it. I hate it
now.
And What? What's up? What was up?
Look at his camera. Why look at his camera?
I saw his camera. Yeah, it's fucking up.
Simon,
I'm right
That's the
here.
thumbnail.
look at his face.
We can hear you. No, we can hear you. It's just your camera's fucking.
Look at his face.
Oh, great. Fuck.
Let's point and laugh,
me a s-
everyone.
Wait, I'm gonna mimic it. Smile 2 in cinemas now.
Now?
No.
No.
God, it's the same one. Please do the same face again, please, God.
Anyway, if you're listening to this,
There we go. We're back. Okay.
No.
What was I gonna say?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Yeah. No. Just let's also just touch on the idea of just why is this movie Hulk 2? Spit on that.
It
thing.
is. It literally is. It literally is Hulk 2.
How much better of a
Hulk
story?
isn't laughing. I can't.
How much better of a story would this have been if this was just the Incredible Hulk and this is where She-Hulk was introduced? Like, could have been a
No,
decent.
no. Look. Say what you want about the show. I'm glad that she got a show. Because that works for that character, in my opinion.
You're glad that we had a very repressive version of that character. Cool.
And
I like Titania
I just
Maslany.
don't see all these characters from shows and movies coming together in Doomsday.
Oh, me neither. They're not
I
going
don't
to.
see it. There's been
They're
no
not going
interaction.
to.
There's been no story building.
There's been no
It's
setup.
literally just, and like people say, like, oh yeah, I'm glad that these movies can be unique and nothing to do with each other. But not
Maybe
when
that's
you're
the
trying to set up
problem.
a big fucking fight at the end. Like
If,
that's not how it
if
works.
you didn't have an Avengers movie coming out in 1 year, I would agree with you. But you have a year, dude. There's no time. There's no time.
1 year.
Well,
You can't do all
I-
this
I-
whole building shit in
I
1
knew,
year.
I knew I was in for some dog shit as soon as it started because the whole thing that Thunderbolt Ross brings Sam Wilson to the White House for. What does he bring to the White House for? Oh, I need you to reassemble the Avengers. What Avengers? There are no Avengers. There is no Avengers. What are you trying to do?
What was the movie before Infinity War where they literally just had an after credit scene where they just had Hulk, Black Widow, and fucking Rhodey? I can't remember what it was, but there was a movie just before Infinity War. It must have been Black Panther or something, where the after credit
no, it
scene
was
had
Captain
nothing to
Marvel.
do with it. Right, it had nothing to do with
Wait,
Captain
no.
Marvel.
Wait.
Do you
Yeah, it
see,
was
do you see
Captain
what I mean,
Marvel.
though?
Where's
Wait,
Nick?
which
Where's
scene was
Fury?
that? Oh no,
He
you're
shows up
talking
as,
about.
Where's Fury?
What movie was
That
it?
That. So in Captain Marvel, it ends with all of them, like Steve, Rhodey, Bruce, looking at like the Infinity War aftermath, and then Carol just goes, "Where's Fury?" It's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like, it's that times 10. Because you know that the after credit scene in Fantastic Four is going to be them coming into our reality. And it's like, oh my
And then they're
god,
like, where
it's
are we?
Doctor Strange and fucking
Featuring Wong.
She-Hulk.
He
And
has the opportunity. If it's presented as well, there as it was in Captain America's First Avenger when they wake up Steve and he runs outside and he's in the modern world. If they execute it that well, then it could be interesting.
I miss Phil Coulson.
Great character.
oh my god, he was so.
I
How are
miss
we getting
having-
better fucking plot and like character building with Phil
Also,
Coulson?
We had a very natural reoccurring role like Coulson with Wong, and he hasn't been seen in like 4 years.
Oh, where's Wong, dude?
And
He
it's
was
such
so
a shame
good.
because I love Wong. I think he's like
He
one of
was
the
so
coolest
cool.
like bit characters that just shows up in all the fucking things. I think he's so cool. We need that. That's the thing. We need something that actually connects these, like a little, like something small. It doesn't have to be
Even
big.
in the first Ant-Man, being kind of topical, you have that bit scene with the Falcon. You have that bit scene
Oh,
with
that was
Sam
good. I love
when
that.
Ant-Man breaks into the Avengers compound. Like that's good
Like,
shit.
I'm not saying Captain America 4 should have been a strict sequel to whatever the last movie, the Marvels were. I don't want them to tie into each other like that. You just have something or someone be there to prove why you're doing it and why it sets up for this big finale. Because you know you've got this big finale coming, but you're doing nothing, little to nothing, to put it together.
But I think, Cass, I think that's why they're rebooting. I think they've realized they've fucked it up so badly, they have no other choice than to kill everything and do it again.
But why should
would
you
you-
have to reboot?
Well,
Just
but
tell
think
a
about it though,
story from a
Cass.
different universe. It doesn't
I
matter.
agree, but it's been 5 years since then, and they have not done a good job. They failed miserably.
Fuck it up.
Would you rather, Cass? At this point, would you rather they stay in this defunct, irrelevant, completely broken universe, or even if it is ridiculous, even if it is a huge leap, rebooting and keeping like obviously some of them will stay. They'll keep Tom Holland as Spider-Man. They'll keep the Fantastic Four because they just casted them. They might keep Downey as Doom if he gets well received, and then they just recast everybody else, and that's it.
If he gets well received.
Well, dude, if it
take
does,
a shit on the screen, and people would be like,
well,
oh,
hey man, they thought that bringing back Palpatine and the Rise of Skywalker was their ace in the hole, and they completely screwed the pooch on that, and that killed Star Wars. So if this goes badly, they can do the same thing.
Let's just hope that Doctor Doom's not operated by a massive crane.
I shit myself.
You're my granddaughter. You see, Ivo, I'm your grandfather.
That's crazy.
Also,
Sonic 3,
I will
Sonic
say,
3 does a better
as
plot
someone,
point than-
Sonic 3 was a better movie than this.
as someone who's
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'll just tell you right now, the reason I'm in favor of a reboot is just because the MCU has this very dumb, or at least it has become this very weird militaristic aesthetic that I hate so much. I hate the costume. I hate the octagon, hexagon pattern things that every suit has. Nothing stands out. You can be as colorful as you want.
It's like they're scared to be superheroes.
Yep. Unless you're Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are the only ones that get away with it for the most part. Is because they're allowed to be weird.
I mean, Groot doesn't really have a choice. He's a fucking tree.
He's a fucking tree.
Poor guy.
At least looks like he looks like something you would see in a comic book. You know. There's so many things.
Born that way, man. You can't do anything about it.
Come on, man.
It's not just all the
fucking made of wood.
Wyatt, that extends to the action too. Like that fucking dogfight, the aerial dogfight in this movie. It looks like Unreal Engine.
Fortnite.
I said this. It looks like Fortnite.
It looks
him
like
gliding
Fortnite,
on the missile.
yeah.
Him gliding on the missile, man.
The action, dude. The action is so sterile and lame and repetitive, and there's no interesting
choreography. And what
choreography.
sucks is that, can you imagine that scene, like that dogfight scene, if it was like Iron Man 1 when he's like flying like with the jets and everything? Dude, if it had that kind of weight to it, like that, like
even Iron Man 3 with the rescue thing in the plane, like that's a better version of that scene. Like
that scene's amazing. Oh my god, I love that.
Iron Man 3, goated movie. I've been saying it for ages.
MCU
best
movie
Iron Man
movie.
movie. The best Iron Man movie. I've said it a million times. It is. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2. No, Iron Man 1 is still better in my opinion. That's just me.
But see, if you reboot at this point, you can have Iron Man actually fight the Mandarin. You can have Demon in a Bottle. You can do
just
more Fantastic
reset
Four
it
stories.
And don't connect any of these fucking movies ever again. Literally.
And you know
Werewolf by Night was so fucking cool because it had nothing, and it will not have anything to do with anything MCU related.
Unless he's not
fucking love that movie.
Secret Wars, baby.
No, don't worry, Punisher. A man thing's coming through this portal. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Look, if we're rebooting, you know what I would love to see? Let's bring back Marvel Knights. I like that idea. Marvel Knights was a cool thing. For those who don't know, Marvel Knights published. That was basically the sub-Marvel studio that published Ghost Rider, the Ghost Rider movies, The Punisher. I believe Daredevil not Daredevil. Might have been Elektra. Something like that. Basically like the C-list, kind of like the darker Marvel side was published under the Marvel Knights banner. And I wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't know why they just don't call like the mature shows.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but after seeing like Wolverine and like all this fucking Fox shit coming in, like I want them to be split up again because at least they're unique. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah.
If you reboot now, though, there is a chance that like maybe, and it's a slim chance because it's fucking Disney, but there's a slim chance that maybe when they reboot, they'll realize, hey, we're not chained to this one aesthetic that we've had. Let's allow people. You know what I think would make a great series? Heroes for Hire. Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
They should do that. They're doing
that would
Daredevil.
be a great street level series as
Punisher.
a movie or a TV show. I think that'd be a fucking awesome.
Bring back
no
Mike
more
Colter
TV
and
shows.
Jones. They're great,
dude. Genuinely,
bring them back. They're fantastic.
Stop doing
I love
TV
those
shows,
two.
please.
Look, I do want to. I do think about this too. How the fuck was X-Men '97 good? How the fuck did that happen?
It's a miracle. It's dude. How was Guardians 3 good? How was No Way Home passable? How was No Way Home passable in
Passable.
I
do love how every movie is passable, like at best passable.
Well,
like that's what the bar is.
No Way Home, especially though. You look at the plot and the time frame it came out. How is that movie good?
And like the whole thing with them, like,
We needed it.
oh, thank God, Peter saved the day. We're all going back to our universes. No, you're not. 2 more years, buddy. You're gonna be right back in here. Doc Ock, you're gonna be fucking high-fiving Scorpion, and fucking She-Hulk's balls are gonna be all over the fucking It's done. We're done. It's finished. You want to leave? You're not leaving. You're coming straight. We're hooking you in, and we're fucking bringing you right back
Are you guys,
again.
Wyatt? I have to ask you something. What will you do if in Secret Wars, Robert Downey Jr., Doctor Doom kills Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? What will you do? What will you do? What will you become? What will you become? What will you become in that moment?
Tobey Maguire's gonna have the Sonic in subspace moment where he swings in pizza time. Like no.
I'll tell you this.
Because you can't just do that.
Well,
Like, you can't just be like, everyone knows who he is, so that means he must have the big scene. Fuck off!
They won't do that.
They will!
No, they won't, because that's
They
too
will!
hard.
Hugh Jackman,
you
must die!
He says that. That's what Robert Downey Jr. says.
Oh, you must die!
You know what I'm most excited about for Secret Wars? Because you know they're gonna do it, because it's fucking Reddit. They're gonna recreate the fucking panel of Doctor Doom ripping out Thanos' spine. At least I'll get to see Thanos again. I can remember when these things were kind of cool once. Genuinely.
Nope.
That's my only club shit I care about is seeing Thanos again. That's it.
He's behind you.
He's right behind me, isn't
anyway.
He? I don't know, man. Do we have any more thoughts on Cap?
No.
Because, man, it's...
Neither did the writers.
Neither did we, honestly, because, man...
We got halfway through and went, oh, this Hulk stuff is pretty cool, actually. Wait.
We didn't even talk about... We should bring this up, because it's one of the biggest problems with the movie. The exposition dumps in this film are ridiculous.
Dude! Oh my God! Dude, so you're the person that sent this person to kill me and then worked with this person.
Could not tell you how much I rolled my eyes when this movie started. When we saw like the newscast of just explaining the history of Thunderbolt Ross. In 2008, the attack on Harlem, the Incredible Hulk.
We know!
Freddie Ross, who is Bruce Banner's girlfriend. They actually said that. I couldn't believe they said that.
Dude, and you look at like, even later on, the only reason that Giancarlo Esposito is in this movie as Sidewinder is to give an exposition dump later. That's the only reason he is in the
where he's in chains movie. And he's talking to him. And it's just like, oh man.
Which is a real shame because he looks badass in this movie. I like the look of him in this. And
that one fight scene between the best fights in my opinion.
When he drop kicks him and hits the fucking thing.
He randomly comes out of nowhere and starts shooting his fucking Jeep. And then he's like, that whole scene is great.
You can tell that was a reshoot though.
Yeah.
You can tell they arrived on set with no idea what to do.
Simon, I found out that scene was supposed to be where Seth Rollins was supposed to be. That was supposed to be him and Seth fighting. He was supposed to be like the minion to Sidewinder.
Hey, we saw Seth Rollins in the movie as
oh yeah, I saw his eyebrows get hit with a shield. Yeah, wow.
Man, yeah.
Amazing.
Random government.
God damn, dude. He got paid $6,000 for that role.
To do nothing.
To do fuck all.
How about how every other line out of the leader's mouth is probabilities? Take a shot every time the leader says probabilities. You will die. He's
our probability buddy.
Probability buddy.
Damn it. Damn it.
Like, I knew it would be bad when I started watching it, but like it was just so frustrating to watch a studio this big fumble this hard.
I want you guys to know, the viewers at home, there will be one of these videos when Daredevil Born Again comes out.
And there will be a loaded revolver on the table. I won't touch it.
And I'm going to decide which one of you gets the honor.
After recording, I might touch it after recording, but there will be one there. I just want you to know.
We'll put it on the table, and you guys can decide amongst yourselves who gets to do the deed upon me.
We'll spin the wheel.
Yeah.
That is going to be me if Superman is bad. That will be me as well. Like that's
you know
gonna be mine.
If Superman is bad.
You know in Black Ops 1 when they're doing like the Russian roulette in the Vietnam like thing, and he just goes like, "You play, fuck." That's
No, it's like that clip of Chopper, like when he's getting interviewed by that news reporter. He goes, "Fair play," like
the Peaky Blinders gif, fucking
yeah.
just sitting against the wall, like fucking.
Yep, exactly. Just fucking.
I've just had it, man. I've actually had it.
I don't think I would be this way. I would not be this way about Daredevil if I had not been watching it recently, which is the worst mistake I've ever made in my life was rewatching Daredevil because now I'm like through the roof.
And when he says that, he doesn't mean Daredevil was bad. He means he knows this new series is not going to be as good.
Yep.
Well, because yeah. So I mean, you've been watching it. Yeah.
I'm getting to see. You at least have had the last 7 years to sit with Daredevil since season 3. I'm only just watching it now, so I am gonna go immediately from some of the greatest superhero television I've ever seen in my life. To
it's gonna be Shawn Michaels losing his smile, man. That's gonna be me, man.
I know. Okay, honestly, my Shawn Michaels losing my smile moment was Doom. Was Robert Downey
Doom.
Like that was also, the moment where I lost everything.
Explain to me what it's like, Simon. How great is it when you're watching Captain America: Brave New World and then immediately watching Daredevil afterward? How fucking amazing is that feeling?
Well, we watched. It was the reverse for me because we watched.
Oh right, you watched. Oh no,
we watched a couple of episodes of Daredevil on Sunday night, and then we watched Cap on Monday. And
yeah, that's the worst, man. That's the worst. That's
you know it's bad because we liked it less than fucking David Ehrlich at the IndieWire, dude. That guy hates every superhero movie, and we didn't like it as much as he did.
Yeah, it's this is a bad movie. Full stop. It's bad.
Folks,
it's a shame.
Save your money. The Monkey comes out this Friday.
Yeah!
Wait,
the Monkey!
Wait, guys. Oscar-winning director Bong Joon-ho is coming back to theaters 17. In 2 weeks. Go see that. That movie. I know we talked about box office, but that movie's not tracking well. Please go see
Mickey
that.
17.
I will be watching Mickey 18 instead.
I did love. Did you guys see the new poster of like all the Robert Pattinsons? And
yeah.
The acting list name is Robert Pattinson.
I saw a clip. I saw a clip of Mark Ruffalo being a dickhead, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go watch this."
That's cool. I like that. Mark Ruffalo being an actor again. Wow.
It's great. Hey,
Reprise roll, Mark Ruffalo.
Reprise roll, Mark Ruffalo. I don't know what the fuck that's from either. I just said it one day. It sounded funny.
I can't believe Spotlight is a mid movie. I can't believe he didn't win the Oscar for Spotlight because he was really good in that movie.
Because the light turned off.
And that's our show, folks.
Guys, that's the end of the video.
We're gonna be back soon with more epic funnies, and hopefully next time we do a discussion like this, it will be for something actually worth talking about.
Can we talk about Sinners? Can we talk about Sinners when that comes out?
No.
It actually looks like a good movie. Can we talk about that, please?
No.
I know you wanted to watch that. Is that the Michael B movie?
Michael B. Jordan vampire, the vampire flick. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to give that one a look.
Does look very good. I'm very excited. Don't watch the trailer.
That is true. The second trailer for that movie is awesome. Don't watch it because it gives away a lot.
Yep.
God.
Anyway, folks, with that being said, Kevin Feige, we will be at your doorstep very soon.
Return to tradition, embrace tradition, reject modernity.
Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Get your merch at goosecoffee.com.
I knew you were gonna do it. I fucking knew you were gonna do
this either.
I was planning to put the link up anyway. Then you start doing it. I was like, "This is fucking perfect."
There was one more thing in this movie that I kind of like had a little bit of a chuckle at.
Oh, go on.
The very start, no Marvel Studios logo, but we get the fucking Marvel Studios presents. And
it's like they forgot. They forgot to put the Studios logo in front of it.
To be fair, though, I don't like that Marvel logo. If we're just doing them, I hate that additional Marvel logo with all the fucking.
You hate the fucking.
I hate it so much. It's awful.
It's one of the best fanfares as well, and it doesn't even matter to me anymore. Like that Avengers theme is.
Look, I actually love
the movie because we don't know what we want.
When it started and we just see Marvel on screen, I was like, "Oh, cool. That's the old logo. And then it said studios.
And then they went, hey, so Bruce Banner was dating this woman and her dad's the president and this is the story and this is what's going to happen.
I'm Wendy Worm. Yes, we know.
yeah, with the mustache.
Just yelling.
Oh my god, dude. I can't.
Was that supposed to be funny? I couldn't.
No,
tell
I
if that was
don't know
supposed to be
anymore.
funny. Oh.
I don't know what to
Oh.
tell you, man.
Say what you will about say what you will about cringy MCU jokes. At least you knew they were trying to be funny, even if they were failing. You knew they were trying to be funny.
Joss Whedon,
No.
come back.
Dude, no.
And that's where
Listen,
we're in.
man.
Stalin?
Listen, man.
Come back?
I'll say, dude, Whedon gets the Hulk better than anybody else. He does.
It's a shame.
Dude,
Because they're both
he gets
angry
rough-
pieces of shit.
That's true, actually.
I
He was gonna
hate
He was
this
gonna
shit,
do
man.
Batgirl. They were gonna have him do Batgirl. That's hilarious. That's hilarious
That's
to me. That they were
funny.
gonna have Joss Whedon of all people do fucking Batgirl.
Oh my god, it's actually so upsetting with me that we can't do Captain America anymore. Why are we struggling? Why are we struggling? Ugh, I hate it.
I think
Yeah, no. Well, go on.
an
There's-
Avenger. Honestly, like I talked a lot about. This is my last point I'll make. I've said a lot of things about how Episode 9 like ruined my fandom for Star Wars.
Oh,
I have held on to hope so long for the MCU. Every now and again, when they make a good piece of media, I'm like, maybe this can make me feel like how it did in high school. When I was in high school, like this was everything to me, you know.
two girls.
This was my prime form entertainment.
She's uncool.
I don't know what is going to become of me when Doomsday comes out. I don't know what's going to happen to me in that moment. Like,
Can you?
What the fuck?
am I going
Can
to
you
get married?
imagine? Yeah, are we gonna be doing? Are we gonna be doing this when it comes? Are we gonna be doing this?
Am I gonna be? It's gonna be a corpse on the wall. It's gonna be like fucking.
Guys, we need to give it a DDT ranking out of 10.
I give
Oh,
it
shit.
one.
It's
One
not a
singular.
1. Don't be silly. It's not 1.
No, okay. Look, I'll give it this out of 10.
Out of 10.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with
I think
4 bags of popcorn.
I was gonna say I think 5 is too generous.
4 bags of popcorn and a tray of ice.
That's so much worse. That's so much worse.
A tray of ice.
You're pouring ice onto your popcorn.
No, it's like one of those dinner trays, but it's just got individual
No, 'cause
ice
I'm
cubes
like
all
one of those,
over it.
like, ice. I'm like one of those ice chewers. So.
You're disgusting.
Thanks for watching,
give
guys.
I give it 3.
3 minutes.
I give it 3 bad. I give it 3 bad allegories for police brutality out of 10.
I give it a Coca-Cola that I've
That's it.
pissed in.
No, okay, I was about to say, don't you dare compare Coca-Cola
The refreshing taste of a Coca-Cola.
with my piss in it.
Please sponsor me. I know you also hate Captain America 4.
Listen, brother, I've been drinking rock stars on this show for the last year and a half, and they still haven't found me yet. So I think it's over.
All right, man. But yeah, no, we do better, Marvel. All right, see you later.
Bye,
Bye.
friends.
Go follow us on
We,
Patreon.
Please.
We'll dub the movie.
Oh my God, we'll
God.
dub Brave New World.
No, we're not
that's a
dubbing
great
Brave New
idea.
World.
That's
No,
a great
no.
idea. No, that's a great idea.
The Ozempic's kicking in.
The Ozempi's kicking in.